Good day everybody, welcome once again. On this video, I'm going to introduce a tool to you which is called ScrapeFBI.online. The tool allows you to analyze a website before scraping it. So as a data scraper, most times you always want to know what to expect from a website before actually attempting to scrape it. Does the website have a boot protection? Does it have so many other links? Is there a JSON that is loading the data from a mock API that you can actually use to extract the data instead of building a scraper? And then this website is going to help you analyze all those things and give you a probability score of if it's possible for you to actually scrape the website or not. So the name of the website, like I said before, is ScrapeFBI.online. So here is the tool. So it allows you to analyze a website and give you a probability score. So let me try this. We know LinkedIn is actually a highly protected website, and you can actually scrape, but if they actually notice you are scraping, they're going to ban the account that you're using to scrape, because you actually need an account to log in and then for you to actually be able to scrape on LinkedIn. So let's try this. So let's analyze LinkedIn and see the probability score we are going to get. So it's actually, after analyzing it, it gave me a probability score of 25 and then give me a recommended approach. It's telling me that authentication required, so you have to look into authentication and say highly protected. So scraping may be against terms of service, which we know LinkedIn does not allow that. And then we say consider official API if it is available. I don't know if there's any available API for you to actually use. I say we require sophisticated anti-boot detection of techniques. So you have to use a boot techniques, to actually invade LinkedIn boot strategy. And then they say that there's a robot.txt. So as a web scraper, you always need to know what robot.txt file is. So it's actually the file that actually tells you what the website wants you to scrape and what they don't want you to scrape. So you always have to look at it. So you now tell your authentication is required, and then you can see that it's telling you here that authentication is required. So then robot.txt file and then heavily JavaScript. So you know how you can actually render a JavaScript using a headless browser. So you're not telling that it detected a Cloudflare tag. So they are using kind of a Cloudflare to protect it. So you have to know how to deal with a Cloudflare for you to actually scrape LinkedIn. So it's not showing you the static HTML that he saw, and then dynamic, and then the request header. So you could actually use this request header if you want to. You could copy it and use it and then manipulate it as you go. As you can see, it's actually showing me that there's a cookie here, so you grab the cookie and then everything. So let's try another one. Let's try for this less sophisticated website, which is flashcode.mobile. Let's try this. Okay, now it returned a probability score of 35. We know this website is not heavily protected, so you can easily scrape it. So it's not returning a probability score of 35%. And I'm telling you that you can actually use headless browser, Selenium or Playwright for JavaScript rendering. And then it said consider using proxy. Maybe some website like this might not actually be heavily protected, but when they feel like you are DDoSing, their website, they might actually try to block your IP. In case of you making maybe 1,000 requests a day, so they might say, this is they'll actually look at it and say this is uncalled for from a single API, so IP, sorry, and then they will now decide to block it. They may say, you need to implement a user behavior. That's mean maybe when you are using Selenium or Playwright, you can implement a kind of a delay, in some aspects, so that things will actually go well. Then this is not telling you that the robot.txt, so you have to look at the robot.txt and then see if there is anything that you should not be doing. So they're not telling you there's no login required. You can see this website is just a plain and home website that you can actually go and look at the scores of the day for football and every other sports. It's telling you that they are using his JavaScript dependent, so you can actually use. I've already made you a recommendation here. So using a browser like system to render the JavaScript. And then it's saying it detected the Cloudflare, so you can actually know maybe when you hit up to 1,000 requests, the Cloudflare might pop up. So you need to watch out for the Cloudflare boot detection. And then you can see it already dynamic, so it is actually able to get the dynamic HTML. So it was able to just scrape it and then tell you that I could be able to gather this data. So you yourself could actually scrape this website and gather some of this data. So the tool is actually a nice tool to actually maybe make it easier for you even before you start scraping. It makes it easier for you to know what to expect and then how to deal with it. So you have taken the hard part away, and then like it's not detecting any JSON. So this part actually detects if there is a JSON that is rendering the website information. So you might actually not use a scraper. You might just use a data extraction system to extract if there is a JSON. So the website is very, very cool. The tool is cool, and it takes the hard part of you doing so many findings and then giving you all the information you need. You have to go, and then you can actually deal with the hard part. So this is all I have for you. You can try the tool. The tool is ScrapeFBI.online. Don't forget that. Bookmark it and then use it anytime you're scraping, and then you'll never be lost. And question, drop it in the comment section below, and then please subscribe to my channel and like and share. Thank you once again. See you next time.